Hello, in this video I will be explaining to you how to perfectly evade radar-guided missiles. Radar-guided missiles can be evaded in two different techniques: multipath interference and notching. But before going on and explaining these terms, you need to know and understand what this is. This is your radar warning receiver, and it can be found on all jets in top tier. It is more like a sensor that will let you know when you are being radar locked and from which direction the radar lock is coming from. The radar lock is represented by a constant audio tone that we all have heard and have PTSD from. The plane that is in the middle of the circle represents the aircraft you are flying, and the line connected to it followed by the half circle represents where you are being locked from. This also means that a radar missile could come at you at any time. For example, here the line and the circle are coming from the front of the plane, which basically means you are being tracked from in front. Please note that some planes have IRST, which means that they can infrared track you without knowing it. Now let's move on to the techniques that I have mentioned above on how to evade radar-guided missiles. Multipath interference technique. This can be performed by flying really close to the ground, and by doing so you will create multi-interference for the radar that is locking you. It will make you appear as if you are on the ground, which makes the missile hit the ground instead of you. In simpler terms, you are basically confusing the radar that is locking you and making it hit the ground instead of you. Here are multiple examples on how to do so. The second technique that I have mentioned above is notching. The best thing about notching is that it can be done at any altitude, but it will cost you your position and your speed. To perform it, first you need to know from which direction you are being locked from. Second, you need to move that line and small circle that we mentioned above to the side of the radar warning receiver screen by turning. So you need to be perpendicular with the target that is radar locking you. In simpler terms, you basically have to give the target that is radar locking you your left side or your right side. This will make you break the lock. Sometimes you have to release some chaff to help the missile miss. Please note that sometimes players will fire a heat-seeking missile while radar locking you to trick you into thinking it is a radar missile. Flaring and cuting of the afterburner can be life-saving. Also, please take into consideration that sometimes if the enemy is close to you, it can be too late to dodge the missile. The best advice I can give you is always expect the worst. To increase your chances of surviving, you can also try to notch and fly low at the same time. I really hope you guys found this video useful. A like, share, and a subscribe will mean the world. Thank you and have a nice day.